There was one here in the chat that is, Lee Bishop is asking, are they 2-bed, 1-bath or 3-1? Lee, honestly, right now, I'm not really sure. I can tell you that my decision had absolutely nothing to do with a floor plan or what the house was. My decision was 100, and I say this 100% earnestly because now we talk about this stuff, but my decision was 100% based on I have this much money that I want to put in this kind of return, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And I am very fortunate that I got to spend all this time with Greg, with him explaining this to me. I got to spend all this time inside the guts of JWB, understanding that this is a truly special organization. And for me, it was like one part, okay, I'm investing this stuff in real estate, but I'm really investing it into this company that I just really believe in because of all the stuff that I know and see and whatever, right? But it really wasn't a 3-1, 2-1, anything like that. To this day, I think Minosa, I think Minosa's a 3-1.
Sounds about right.
I'm not 100% sure, but for me, it really was a allocation decision, much more so than a house decision. And then Zach is asking us in the Q&A, aloha, Pablo, congratulations on becoming part of the JWB tribe, NYAI. As a new real estate investor, why is premium property management like JWB worth it? Mahalo. Zach, I'll answer that question in saying that, number one, at that point in my journey, I would not have been able to answer that question. Today, I can answer that question, but I think I did kind of answer that question just now in saying I saw myself as investing in a company and that happens to be in an asset class. And I think that's how you need to see your property management, right? Like your return on investment and the thing that you are being promised is just an Excel spreadsheet. The ability to deliver on that promise is operational capacity. It is the ability to set a goal and steer a team forward in order to meet that goal. And that to me is a professional property manager does that much more so than Uncle Lou. Let's say I'm going to go plunge the toilet whenever it needs to happen. I'm going to go fill it in with a tenant before it needs to happen. I do believe that property management is the ability to fulfill on the promise much more so than whatever asset they put in front of you. Anything to add there?
Well said. It might sound weird if you're not a JWB client or you haven't invested in real estate, for a super successful investor like Pablo to answer the question of, answer the question of how many bedrooms or bathrooms are in a house, that the answer would be, I don't know. Like, to some people that feels weird until you put it in the context of how do you make other wise investment decisions. If you have a financial advisor, you do your due diligence to make sure that financial advisor is worthy of the trust of the hard-earned dollars that you're putting with him or her. And then you sit down, you map out a plan, and then that financial advisor puts you in assets that work for your goals. And you don't go to that company. If you buy shares of stock in a company, you don't go to that actual company and understand. A lot of times you don't even understand their financials, if we're being honest. You don't understand, you don't go and ask their vendor relationships and, start to analyze their contracts and things like that. So it feels weird. We are doing something different when we talk about investing with JWB when it comes to investing in rental properties. But at the same time, if you think about it in the context of how you become a successful investor, it's about the team. It's about that team or that individual, that you placing trust in that team and then letting them do the investment for you, right? Letting them handle that investment for you. And they get to know all of those details. Pablo has no clue about what actual rent collection is on his property each and every single month. He doesn't know about the phone calls that our team has with the resident. All he knows is at the end of every month, rent comes in and he sees that in a report. And that is very normal if we think about how stocks and bonds work. So I love that we brought that question up. I really think that the investor at the end of the day prefers the type of relationship that you have.
Yeah.
Even though as people who have owned homes, we think we have to know all of these details about the house. It's not what you want. And if you have a team that is worthy of managing your money well, it allows them to focus on delivering of the investment expectations, which is what we want.